I really came to the view that we needed to relocate because we couldn't expand here in Allen Street. And the idea of going right up the top end on the energy efficiency, water efficiency scale.
What's special about it is Meridian came to the market with a very, I guess, ahead of its time requirement for a green building.
I would say that one of the key things for us is to specify what you want rather than get what you're given. The development of our strategic framework for this project, of which the performance specification then fell out of, has been absolutely at the heart of this project, because it's set the expectations in terms of what it was that we were after and what our expectation was from the market in terms of what they should deliver.
All those involved in construction, those involved in the property sector, as they came to grips with this performance specification, they really rose to the challenge and saw it as of great benefit to be able to have a tenant who knew what they wanted. Therefore they could design something very specific which met those requirements.
And so we actually went down to the point that we said how much energy this building is going to have to, or what's the maximum energy this building will be allowed to use, where timbers might come from, what sort of materials and paints should be used on the building. So there's a whole variety of parameters, and this was before the New Zealand Green Star was developed.
This project used the Australian Green Building Council tool, which is called Green Star, as a design guide before the Green Building Council was set up. When the Green Building Council was set up in early 2006, Meridian and the project team that was involved in the development of this building, of course, put their hand up to help us adapt the Australian tool to the New Zealand environment. So they've been very instrumental in our adaptation process and have been a great help in informing this industry standard we've created called Green Star New Zealand.
When we promoted our current proposal concept for Site 7, we said to Wellington Waterfront that this should be a green building, that it is the way of the future.
It absolutely fitted with our dream of being a sustainable company, and it fitted with walking the talk. We talked a lot about energy efficiency for households, and we're doing a lot in that space, but we wanted to be energy efficient ourselves.
It's important because buildings use about 30 to 40% of our natural resources. They consume about up to 50% of all energy used in our country. They produce somewhere between 30 and 40% of the waste that goes to landfill.
So these are all indicators that actually the building industry itself is actually one of the big environmental, or one of the major industries which affects the environment. So the importance of a building like Meridian's building is actually it provides an example for the future. It provides something for mainstream to start to look towards, and so as that, I think it'll be a great success for New Zealand and Meridian.
I guess we challenged the market in terms of what sort of value is associated with this type of project. We've looked at it in terms of value, in terms of a working environment for staff, in terms of how productive it will be, and what a great place it will be to work and how that will contribute towards productivity. And we've also looked at it in terms of value, in terms of waste minimisation during construction processes, etc., which have a direct correlation back to the cost, total occupancy cost perspective. So we've taken a very holistic view associated with cost as opposed to a more traditional approach that's used in many other projects.
This building was a tenant-driven project that really raised the bar to set some high performance specifications when they went out to say we want to occupy a building that is high performing in terms of energy efficiency and reduces the impact of the building wherever it's built. It's really changed the way I think the building project team has worked together to achieve a particular outcome. So yeah, it's really set the bar quite high, I think, for the rest of the industry.